Okay, now it's recording. Good. Hey you guys, I wanted to come on here and kind of show you what I made with the yarn that I got for my mystery yarn challenge for April 23. Thanks Lori from Armchair Chef for hosting this game. I really did enjoy playing this month. I've already signed up again to play next month, and I hope to make something just as fun as what I made this time, but hopefully not the same thing. You'll understand why in just a second. I know a lot of you are familiar with Lisa from Happy to Hook Creations and Rose from Rose Likes Crochet, and I have something in common with those two ladies in that I really get a hold of a pattern that I love, and I tend to keep making it over and over and over. And so that's what happened to me with this yarn challenge this month. I had just gotten back from going on a trip to see my son for his birthday. His name is Brandon. He's a marine biologist, and he's working on his master's in marine biology down in Florida. So I went down with my husband to go see him and wish him a happy birthday, and see my father-in-law and his girlfriend, and to just kind of hang out with them for the weekend of Brandon's birthday, which was actually Easter weekend. And so I, of course, took some projects with me to work on in the car on the way down to Florida, and then while I was there. And one of the patterns that I downloaded that I thought, oh, this will be a quick and easy something that I can make and I can use because it's about to be spring. It's spring. It's about to be summer, and I will probably like having this to wear over tank tops. And I was thinking of a specific tank dress. So I grabbed this yarn that I got on clearance from Hobby Lobby, and I stuck it in my bag. And I did not know, along with the pattern, I did not know that this was going to turn into such an obsession, but it has. And so I'm going to show you the ones that I've made of this thing. The first one that I made was with that Hobby Lobby yarn, is this one right here. The name of the pattern is the Cat's Cradle Lace Topper, and the pattern designer is Doris Chan. And y'all, I bought this pattern, I bought it a couple of years ago, I think, on Annie's Pattern Central, and it was just a digital download pattern. I bought it there, and now, of course, it's free. So if you go and Google that, Cat's Cradle Doris Chan, it should come up as a free pattern on Annie's website. But I paid for it, and I'm getting my money's worth out of it. So I made this beautiful pink one, and that was made out of Glint of Glam. A Glint of Glam, I think was the name of it. And I only had 2 balls of that Glint of Glam in this pink color. It's pink metallic. I don't know if you could tell the metallic. I may have to get my, maybe up at the neckline. No, I'm not seeing it on the camera, but it is a sparkle yarn. And so I did make that, and it does look great with my little dress, so I was very happy with that. It was a number 3 weight yarn that was a cotton bamboo why cannot I say this? Cotton bamboo blend. Okay, there we go. And so I loved it. It draped so nicely and all. And I said, well, I'm going to have to make that in my favorite yarn. My favorite yarn is Shawl in a Ball or Shawl in a Cake by Lion Brand. So I made another one. And this time, instead of the cropped version, I extended the length. And so I made it to wear with leggings. More of a tunic length. And I'm going to pair it with this little tank top with the sparkles at the top. And this is the opal colorway. So it's a gray, well, varying shades of gray and cream. And it has an iridescent sparkle running through it, and that's why it's called opal. You can see that a little bit, I think. It's kind of got the greens and purples and the pinks of the metallic. But so that was my second one. And then I had ordered some yarn from Temu or Temu, Temu, however they pronounce that, however they spell it. That's where I got this yarn. And I got it, when I bought it for I think $1.19 for a 50-gram ball, and this is like a purple tweed. And y'all, they did not give you much information, like what yarn weight it was and how many yards came on that 50-gram ball. All you knew was that it was a 50-gram ball, and you could see the colors basically. So I bought it for $1.19 for the 50-gram ball, and since it has gone on sale and it's 99 cents a ball, so I went and bought some more because I did love it. It is very, very soft and squishy. I highly recommend it. Now that I've gotten the yarn, I would say it's a 4-weight. It may be on the lighter side of a 4-weight, but it's either a very heavy 3 or a light 4. But I'm tending to say more it's like a light 4, like Karen Simply Soft. Very much like Karen Simply Soft, except for the twist on it. It looks like more strands. I don't know how to describe it better than that. You'd have to look and see. But it looks very much like a yarn that one of my favorite local yarn companies has. If you're familiar with Crochet yarn, they have a Carry yarn that is a cotton and silk blend. That's a tweedy yarn that looks almost identical to this. Now that yarn is more expensive, and probably because the fiber content of this is probably just acrylic, and that is cotton and silk. But it looks very much like it. It's $2.75, I think, for a 50-gram ball of that. But this one drapes very nicely for 99 cents, and I think I bought 5 balls of that, and it took me 4 plus a little bit of the 5th to make the entire topper. I did add 1 repeat to the length, or it would have been shorter. I think on the pink one, I added 1 repeat as well. I don't think I've made any of them where I didn't add at least 1 repeat. Unless maybe the one I'm wearing. Now, this one is the part of the yarn challenge. I received some Karen Simply Soft in the color Maize. And you can see around the bottom, I just did the maize around the outside of it. But it also runs through because I held it doubled. The maize doubled with the dark bramble. And I think it turned out beautifully. The colors blended so well together. And the edging row I just did in the maize and the Karen Simply Soft. And it made the fabric quite thicker. So in order to keep it my size, I did have to modify the multiples. On the normal pattern, if you look at the front, let's see. At the bottom, you can see these little petals, I guess I would call them. And on a normal one, you have 3 petals on each side and 2 more petals. If you count it as 3 on each side, and I count it that way because of the sleeves. You've got 3 petals on the sleeves. So I just figured out, it started with a chain of 56, and they were multiples of 6, but you had to have that broken down so that you had the right number, the same number of petals on the front and as on the back, and the same number of petals on the side as the other side. So basically, when I figured it out, I could do with this thicker yarn, I did 44, and I ended up, I ended up with 3 multiples in the front and 3 petals in the back and 1 petal on the sides. I still have I think I had 2 petals. Did I have 2? I either had 2 or 3 that I kept on the sleeve. But anyway, I made it work out. And it fits, and it's not too big. So I'm very happy with how it turned out. And of course, loving it so much, I had to make another one with the rest of the yarn that I received in the challenge. And this one was even thicker than this because I put the black together with the aspen print. And I think it turned out beautifully. I love these color combinations. They just are gorgeous. And like Lori said, so that I could use just a little bit of every yarn in one of these, this one actually has a tag in the back. I just crocheted a little tag. There's aspen print in the middle, and then there's black Super Saver around the outside of it. And that is going to be my reminder of what is inside out and what is back in front. Because this is made top down, it is pretty much just a circle. So it's the same as in the front as it in the back. And it's really not terribly different inside out from right side out. So it's always nice. What I normally do is I normally just put, well, this one I made a little tag. See, I made it with the same sort of thing I made with a little bit of my Lion brand Salena Baca. But most of the time I do what I did on here. I just put a little stitch marker, clip it back there where the tag would be if it were store-bought, so that I can tell what's right side out and wrong side out and front and back. But anyway, that's what I did with my yarn challenge this month. I did use almost all. I mean, there's probably not even enough to make a drawstring left of the dark bramble. There's a little bit more than that left of the Caron Simply Soft, and I have enough left in the black and the aspen print that I'm thinking about making another poncho. This one would be more of a wintertime poncho. It's another one that I have made multiples of, and I guess if I've made one of these, I've made 30. It's the Chic Cowl Neck Poncho by Salena Baca, and it's a free red heart pattern on yarnspirations.com. And I love that one too. It's an awesome one. It calls for a 5-weight yarn, but more often than not, I combine 2 4-weights together. It makes it a little heavier, makes it a little warmer, and in the South, I'm only ever going to wear those when it's really cold. So it might as well be a little bit heavier. So I guess that's all I wanted to tell you. Right now I'm currently working on a cardigan sweater by Lion brand. The pattern's by Lion brand. It's called the Back to Basics men's cardigan, and it's done in Lion brand retweed. I think it's called retweed. I didn't have any of the retweed, and I just wanted to use from my stash this time, so I'm using some Red Heart Comfort yarn. It's in a tweedy color. I think it's Cafe Latte is the color of it. It looks just like the same yarn that's in the pattern, but so far it's going well. His birthday is this weekend, so hopefully I'll get that finished. I'll maybe show that when I if I figure out how to upload pictures into a video. I'll add that on to my next video. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. This has been a good yarn challenge month for me, and I hope you all enjoyed your yarn challenge too. I hope that you'll subscribe and keep following me as I keep trying to make these projects. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.